Hey guys, welcome to You the Boss podcast, episode 56. I'm your host, Pam. And today we're going to be talking about playing small, reinventing yourself, and what it means to lock in. Have you ever found yourself, maybe you're good at something, you completed a task in a better time than maybe someone else. And when someone compliments you, you kind of shrug it off. Instead of saying thank you, you flip the compliment and say, "Oh, I'm just keeping up with you. Oh, this is nothing. This is easy for me." Did you know that you're playing small when you do that? Did you know that you're minimizing what you're good at? You're not giving yourself enough credit for this particular skill or for being able to complete this particular task. And I think this stems from in the past, some of us who were born in the late 1900s, like the internet likes to say, I think it comes from people saying, like, oh, she's being conceited. Oh, they're being conceited. They think they're all that. Number one, that is just a reflection of who they think they're not. That's number one. Number two, somewhere along the line, it's made it that we can't take a compliment. And I've seen certain posts on the internet almost brag about that, almost brag like, "Oh, I don't know what to do when people give me compliments." And I'm here to tell you that the first thing that you do when someone gives you a compliment is you say thank you. And even if you're feeling like imposter syndrome, which I have 2 episodes about that. So if you're new here and this is a new episode for you, you should definitely check those 2 episodes out about imposter syndrome. But I want to tell you that when you honor and you say thank you, even if you're feeling that imposter syndrome, you're also telling yourself that it's okay for you to be good at this task, that it's okay for someone to compliment you, that it's okay for someone to recognize that you're good at that, that that's something that you're good at. On today's episode, I want to place a reminder for you as a fellow boss listener that playing small never served anyone. Playing small never helped anyone. It never changed the world. It never brought magic to the world. I'm here to tell you that it is a disservice to everyone that's ever met you and that is going to meet you. Whenever you play small, it's a disservice to them. It's telling people that admire you or that they look up to you that they're wrong, that their admiration is in vain, that what they think is a big deal is really not. And that's not true because you are a big deal. And so is everything that you do. You're good at what you do. You've worked hard to be where you are. So own that. Say, you know what? I worked hard to be where I'm at. I've worked hard to achieve these things. And there's no reason for me to say, oh, it's nothing. Oh, sometimes even saying you can do it too, if it's not said carefully, you're still taking away from the compliment that someone is giving you. So own that. Own the compliments that you're given. Don't play small. Say thank you. Thank you for being able to see the things that I do and recognize that it's not easy to be here. I've done this. I've done this when it comes to this podcast where people will say, "Oh my gosh, you have a podcast? That's such a big deal." And in the past, and I want to say in the very beginning because I don't do this anymore, but in the very beginning I was like, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal. It's like anyone can do it." And it's like, you know what? Anyone can do it, but I'm doing it. But I'm actually doing it. I'm actually setting up this podcast. I am coming week after week. I am putting out episodes. I am recording video. I am recording audio. I edit all of my stuff. This takes time. It takes time to write this episode. It takes time to put out this material. It takes time to read the books that I read, to come to you with the topics that I come to you with. It takes time to do the research based on the books that I come to you with. So, yeah, it is a big deal that I have a podcast. It is a big deal that I'm on YouTube. It is a big deal that I have an Instagram dedicated to this podcast. It's a big deal. And I also want to say, if you've ever left me a review here on whatever platform that you listen to, or you follow me on YouTube, or you follow me on Instagram, or all of the above, and you've ever messaged me and said that a message that I said hit home for you, or I recently had someone message me and say that you the boss was like getting them through in this current like imposter syndrome that they were experiencing in their career. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for reaching out. But also, thank you for reminding me that the work that I do here is not small and that it's valuable. And I want to remind you and flip that upon you as well and say that what you're doing is not small. What you're doing is just as valuable. Next, I want to talk about reinventing yourself and what it means to quote unquote lock in. For starters, the phrase lock in kind of makes me laugh a little bit just because it reminds me of like in high school, I don't know if the lockers still have this, but it has those like little combination locks and you put in your combination and then like you click in and out of it and you hear that lock and when I hear that phrase, that's a click that I hear. And it's so funny the different things that become phrases now, especially with the variety of the internet and different jokes and things like that. But locking in is really just summed up to be that it's when you put your blinders on. You say I have to lock in, where you put your tunnel vision on. You Once you're locked in, you're focused, you are hyper vigilant of what it is that you're doing. You're not creating mistakes, you're going straight, you're running through it. It means I'm tying my shoes, I'm strapping up my boots nice and tight, and I'm going to run and I'm going to do this. And it's inspiring because I feel like when I hear we have to lock in or I need to lock in, it's like first of all, I feel a little bit seen, but also it helps in saying like, you know what, I can do this. It's inspiring almost. And the way that locking in kind of ties into reinventing yourself, it's as if, again, like as always, our generation, we're experiencing an ever changing time. There's so many different changes. There have been so many changes in the last 5 years. And as challenging as some of it can be and has been and dreary and all of those things, I am an optimistic realist. So, like, the change is going to happen anyway. So, I'm here to just tell you that you're going to do one of two things in this time. You're either going to continue your path and stay the course in what it is that you're already doing. And in 5, 10 years, you're going to look back and say, I'm still doing the same thing, but better. Or you're going to say, you know what? This is the time for me to reinvent myself. This is the time for me to take the different things that I have now and restructure them and become something more. And I'm here to tell you that either side doesn't matter as long as you are comfortable with what your choice is. But I'm also here to talk to you about the reinventing side. And everyone is online right now. Everyone is trying to make money right now. You are likely listening to this through data and it's online. It is a form of being able to connect with other people. And I know that sometimes getting online and putting yourself out there and doing all of those things, it can be scary. It's scary to have to reinvent yourself, whether you're in your early 20s, you're getting out of college, you're getting out of high school. Okay, maybe high school is not that, it's not your 20s, but you're getting out of college or you're in the middle of your college career, or maybe you're nearing your mid 30s like I am, or maybe even your 40s. I'm here to tell you that whatever age you're at, you what you have to do is not easy, but it is very simple. And the reason that it's not easy is because it's scary. Change is scary. Reinventing yourself it's so it's not that it hasn't been done before, but you've never done it before. And because you've never had to fully reinvent yourself, it can be so scary. It can be so challenging. And I want to present you with the question of, why do you want to reinvent yourself? Maybe you've been in a career for a while and you've decided that it's not fulfilling for you anymore. Maybe that same career you've had something in the back of your mind saying that you wanted to do something in this career for a while. Maybe you've wanted to teach others to do what you've already done, or maybe you feel like there's a need in your community that isn't being fulfilled and it's something that you want to do, but maybe you haven't done it. Maybe altogether your career has exhausted you. You feel like it's created a door for you to go into something else, but you no longer want to do this career, and this can be very scary. You come to a realization where maybe instead of practicing law, you want to consult and help people for legal services. The internet has shown us that there are so many possibilities and avenues to making money and being able to help others, that all you have to do is show up every single day. And you don't have to show up online. I'm just using this example because it's a much more common example. But my point is that you have to show up every single day, no matter what it is that you're deciding to do and the way that you're trying to do it. And you need to choose to not play small, and the rest is going to handle itself. Today, I want to give you a few things that are going to help you in getting started and locking in and not playing small. It's going to help you into reinventing yourself. The truth of the matter is that for you to progress to the next level, for you to achieve next level things, you are not going to be able to do exactly what you've done to get to the next level. What you've already done has been completed. It's been great. You've been successful, but that's not going to get you to the next level. That's right, boss. There's more grinding. There's more layers to be shed. There are things that are no longer serving you that may have served you up until this point, but if you want to move forward, those things will hold you back. So, number one, I want you to more or less give yourself an audit of your identity. And what I mean by that is ask yourself who you've been. What beliefs and roles have you adopted by default? And I want you to take a pen and paper. Yes, a pen and paper in the age of the iPad and the Apple Pencil. And I want you to write everything out. I want you to write down the traits, the self-talk, the excuses, and the things that you want to leave behind. This is important because you want to have conscious detachment, which means you want to know in your conscious mind that you're letting go of this outdated version of yourself, that you are deciding what you identify with today and what you no longer identify with. Number two, get clear on your higher self vision. I want you to visualize who it is that you see yourself as. How do they show up? How do they speak? How do they dress? How do they think? How do they act? What do they do? This is a very important step because it is very clear. I bring this up whenever I suggest for people to make vision boards, or I suggest for people to make mood boards for maybe like short-term goals. You know, it is important for you to get 110% crystal clear. The more details that you see in your vision, the more details of what you can come up with in this, it's going to help guide you further into who it is that you're to be, kind of like your North Star. Number three, redesign your environment. I looked something up and I saw this quote and it says, reinvention dies in old environments. So, what that means is you need to make small but important and intentional shifts to what it is to how you start your day, what you allow in your space, how you allow things to be in your space, maybe curating different things, like doing that digital cleanse of like unfollowing different creators that maybe don't align with you anymore, or following more people that do align with you. Upgrade your circle, put yourself in these different rooms, network, join Facebook groups, go on LinkedIn, do all those different things depending on your niche, depending on what it is that you're looking to do. Maybe all of these don't apply to you. Maybe it is just one or two things. Maybe it is just showing up to your local chamber of commerce and just connecting with the local businesses. The point is that you need to redesign your environment. Surround yourself with the openness, with the expansion. Number four, practice identity-based habits. So what does that mean? What is the next level version of myself doing today? Make decisions from that person, not from your past. Like I mentioned before, you are not going to get to where you need to go based on what you've already done. It is time to lock in. It is time to create new habits for yourself. And to create these different habits, you need to picture yourself as who you want to become already. These habits are going to help you identify, and they're going to rewire how you see yourself and how you carry yourself. Basically, it's going to help you show up as that person. Number five, speak and act boldly before you feel ready. This one can be a little bit challenging. I know that it can be challenging for me. And I read this quote and it said that confidence is built in the doing, not the waiting. You're going to become more confident when you say the things more, when you pitch your ideas, when you speak your ideas more to those around you, to people that you interact with, even if it's a perfect stranger and you just want to practice on them and out in public and just say like, yeah, I'm doing this thing and et cetera, et cetera. You would be surprised the different things that you can say when you're not even like thinking about what it is that you're doing. Like when you just allow yourself to talk. So I want to encourage you, start the brand, pitch the idea, post the content, move forward, even if it feels awkward. And again, this may not apply to you if it's not something that you're looking to do online, or maybe this is just in your career and you're not looking to change jobs or anything like that. The point is that you need to lead from a place of confidence, no longer playing small. This creates a proof of transformation. Number 6, lock in with ruthless consistency. You're not going to reinvent yourself in a week. It's not going to happen maybe even in 2 weeks. It is a consistent daily choice. You have to stay committed when you're bored, when there's doubt, when there's resistance, when it feels like nothing's happening. You need to lock in. Discipline creates momentum. Momentum builds identity. Identity fuels change. You need to every single day make the choice to continue to pursue this reinvented version of yourself. And the reason that you want to do these things, the reason that you want to make it clear for yourself and you want to reevaluate your identity and all of those different things is because you're a boss. This is what you want to pursue to move forward. This is who you are to become. Stop playing small. Stop waiting for the next best thing so you can hop on the bandwagon and maybe make it happen. Stop telling yourself that you're not good enough or that it's not your time or this isn't the time to do something like that. If not now, when? There is always going to be something going on. There is always going to be some type of change. There is always going to be some unrest. There is always going to be something. So make this a time that you make the decision to go out there, boss up, and make your changes. Because the way that the world changes is if we all collectively change. Thank you for listening. Come back again next week for another episode of You the Boss podcast.